Before starting any new health program or before you begin taking any medication or supplement, always check with your primary healthcare provider.
Welcome to Wylde on Health, your weekly holistic prescription for living healthy naturally. With all the celebs in town for TIFF, we did a bit of research so we could share with you some of the beauty and health secrets of the stars. What food they eat, supplements they take, and even lotions and potions they use to look red carpet ready. We're also going to debunk some of the products that they swear by and offer up some to-do-it-yourself methods on the cheap. Joining us now, Dr. JJ Dugoua, the naturopathic doctor and clinical pharmacologist and researcher, and Dr. Melissa Hirschberg. She's a medical physician, best-selling author, and weight loss consultant. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It's Dugoua, monsieur, n'est-ce pas? Dugoua.
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 It's all the vowels. Dugoua.
That's right. Sorry to mess that up for you. Welcome back to the show, guys. It's been a while since we've had you on.
Thank you.
Medical doctor, nutritional consultant as well. Love that. Very eclectic and balanced, focused on weight loss. And you are into, a lot of genetics, studying, how natural medicine can improve our genetic susceptibilities and outcomes. Very interesting stuff.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So let's talk about what the stars are doing, because a lot of time people follow what the stars do, and maybe they should or shouldn't. I don't know if the stars really go on and do so much due diligence, or if they're listening to a doctor or just trying the latest, greatest, faddish product off the health food store shelves themselves. So, the first person I want to talk about, probably one of the biggest actors here in town recently for TIFF, for his movie Moneyball, is Brad Pitt. So Brad Pitt, he's done a number of movies in the past, Fight Club, for example, and other movies where he's got to bulk up. Really gain some major muscle mass. And he's done things like, 6 eggs and oatmeal with raisins for breakfast, and canned tuna and whole wheat pita. A lot of these sort of really high protein, almost maybe verging on an Atkins approach. What do you guys think about that? Here he is, we're watching him in his previous Fight Club movie. We really cut up on this diet.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that?
Well, first of all, he looks great. I saw the premiere.
If you said Brad Pitt didn't look good, we'd have an issue.
I saw the premiere of Moneyball and was close enough to see him up close, and he looked fantastic. So whatever he's doing is working. I think when you're bulking up and you're building muscle, protein is key. Yeah. Especially lean sources of protein, like what he was doing. His breakfast, it wasn't Atkinsy because he added the oatmeal, which is really smart. So he did a nice combination of protein and carbohydrate and fat. Exactly, balances everything.
So what do you think about eggs? Because, it's in one week and out the next, especially with the cholesterol controversy. Are you a proponent of eggs? Maybe not 6 a day, but are you?
Yeah, 6 is excessive.
Okay.
You need to be working out a lot to take in 6 eggs. But I am a proponent, especially of egg whites. Egg whites are high in water, they're high in protein, so they're fantastic if you want to get the protein and stay lean. Egg yolks are also really healthy. They've got a lot of choline in them, which is great.
For the nervous system, right? Brain.
Exactly. And they also have cholesterol, but it's actually not cholesterol in food that leads to high cholesterol in us. It's the trans fats. And so having a few egg yolks isn't bad.
Isn't such a bad thing.
No.
Dr. JJ, he did this diet entirely without supplementation. Do you think that's a good thing this day and age, or do you think we really need to rely on our multi?
I definitely, everyone should have a multi on a daily basis. I think that's a good thing to have. Back to the egg comment, I think the egg comment was okay for short term. The only issue is sometimes I find patients have allergies to eggs. They're food sensitivities
so one of the most commonest allergies, along with soy and wheat, right?
And all that. So that's a common.
It's a caveat. It's a good caveat. Yeah. So alongside Brad, this TIFF, Angelina Jolie, sidekick, she was in town as well. She did, what she's pretty well known for, at least online, what we call the sexy slim down diet. So when you want to really slim down really quickly, and what Angelina did was basically a diet that focused on steamed sea bass, steamed beef, steamed vegetables,
and really,
absolutely, everything steamed. You got to add some spices in there. There's Angelina there. No sugar though. That was key, and soy milk. So. Let's talk about this diet. It is bland. It is, also very high protein. But Angelina, obviously, she can slim down, and she can do a sexy slim down pretty quickly, obviously, in preparation for their movies. That's another thing. Stars have to do these things real quick sometimes, right?
And that's the key. Right there, that diet's not sustainable. That's for a cleanse, a detox, to slim down quickly. And what she did is really limited her carbohydrates and sugar. And by focusing on just eating the protein and the fat, she's going to lose fat, but she's going to lose water weight as well.
Right.
So it's a great thing to do, you know, for a week, and you'll notice a lot of weight loss. But after that, you need to reintroduce the carbohydrates to stay healthy.
As a naturopathic doctor, what do you think about soy? I mean, generally for men and women.
Soy, if it's fermented soy that you're getting from Asia, I think it's usually well tolerated. If you're getting it from North America, I'm seeing a lot of allergies, lots of eczemas, lots of weird scarring,
Processed
lots of
GMO stuff, right?
Stay away from lots of processed GMO. Also with her too, which is interesting because Brad in his weight loss plan, he used acai berry, which he claims helped to have him thin and lose some weight, which I don't know. I don't think there's a lot of evidence for that.
Right.
But she's a big proponent of resveratrol, which is in
Yes,
water,
that's right. Supplementally. We'll get into supplements at the next pack as well. We're going to talk about what the stars are taking and supplementing with. Some of them I think are doing with very good reason, good science to back it up. But we'll debunk some of this stuff.
Sure.
So Madonna, let's get through some of these other celebs. Madonna, the macrobiotic diet. What's your proponent of the macrobiotic diet? I mean, what's that all about?
So macrobiotics, there's a lot of pros to that diet. It's high in complex carbohydrates, so you're getting the whole grains, you're getting the fruits, you're getting the vegetables, and you're getting fish and lean protein. So it's got a nice balance. The one con is that you don't have dairy.
Right.
And so if you don't supplement properly, what can end up happening is you can get deficient in calcium, deficient in vitamin D, and can get osteoporosis. And interestingly, Gwyneth Paltrow, who is known to have done the macrobiotic diet for years, actually did get diagnosed with osteopenia. And so you have to make sure that you're getting that calcium.
Dr. JJ, how much calcium, how much vitamin D when you're on the macrobiotic diet?
I would say at least 1,000 to 1,500 calcium a day, ideally calcium citrate. Vitamin D, I'd go to about 2,000 to 4,000 a day minimum. There's also non-dairy sources of calcium. You get sesame seeds are high in calcium, broccoli. There's other foods that are high in calcium. So there is other ways of getting calcium in your diet. Because I do the research. A lot of patients, it's like
if you do the research. But there's a good point there. So if you don't know for sure, get tested, right? For example, vitamin D, 25-OHD, maybe, you know, do a hair analysis or another, you know, test. Osteopenia, you know, can show up through bone density and so forth.
Exactly.
Let's talk real quick before going to break here as it relates, as you mentioned, JJ, about some, you know, sensitivities. So, you know, we know that Selma Blair, especially during, you know, pregnancy, it was a gluten-free diet. Let's just, you know, debunk this or support it as it relates to, is gluten-free healthy? Is it a fad? What's the indication here when we're talking gluten-free? Because a lot of people make mistakes about this.
The key with gluten is, you know, there's a disease called celiac disease where our bowels just can't tolerate gluten and they get inflamed. And for people with celiac, going gluten-free not only is healthy, it's essential. However, there's a lot of people that don't have celiac disease that just feel better when they eliminate gluten. So if you do it properly, I say all the power to you. Basically what you're eliminating is bran, rye, oats, and wheat. And what that leaves you with is rice, essentially, as your main grain and carbohydrate. So gluten-free diet can absolutely work.
Especially if you have a sensitivity.
Yeah, if you have a sensitivity
But
to
not just celiac, a sensitivity as well.
Sensitivity as well, and also there's lots of alternatives now. In most grocery stores, there's alternatives to gluten.
Sure.
I would say in practice, I see a lot of people that have wheat sensitivity, so you don't have to go as extreme as the gluten, but wheat is a very common allergen. So
very, very interesting stuff. We're going to hit a break right now. You know, Woody Harrelson, he's vegan, very, very popular vegan advocate. But what I found interesting is that Megan Fox actually went entirely the other way. She was vegetarian for a very long time, went paleo, and then we've got weird diets out there. We'll debunk this real quick and then go to break. Nicolas Cage, quote, "I actually choose the way I eat according to the way animals have sex." He says, "I think fish are very dignified with sex, and so are birds." George, Nicholas, rather, you know, maybe he needs another movie. Up next, we'll tell you which TIFF celeb takes acai berry and why. Plus, we want to know what beauty or health tip have you stolen from a celebrity. One lucky viewer, by the way, tonight will get some products from Clarion's Swiss Tech line. This is some really interesting stuff. So call us, tweet us, or email us right now. Stay there.
Reach us in the GTA by dialing 416-872-2724 or outside the area at 1-888-863-2724. Send an email to wyldeonhealth@cp24.com or follow Bryce on Twitter by visiting cp24.com.